From seedlings to mills, earth to kilns, and mines to labs, Rwanda's desire for self-reliance is rooted in its will to create, from the nation's home ground to Africa and beyond. The nation's home ground to Africa and beyond, Rwanda is said to become a manufacturing hub. With its sights set upon self-sufficiency, the country's strategy to build key sectors and serve its growing consumer demand, investing in itself to make in Rwanda. It might not attract your attention, but an Irish potato is a household name in Rwanda. It grows in small and large scale in northwestern Rwanda. So important is the plant that the government earmarked it under the crop intensification program of 2007 to ensure that it gets maximum production. This small nation is the number 3 biggest producer of potatoes in Africa. A country that was once a net importer of everything from basic materials to capital goods, now locally producing essential foods for its population, a success story of food processing.
What we do here just actually, when the chips are being ready, sorted and flavored, they go to the last weighing machine, they're being weighed. This is the packaging, they are automatically connected. And after packing, there are also the printer where we put the batch number and also the production date and the expiry date. Our chips are 6 months shelf life, and also the batch you see here is combining the name of the farmer. When you need to get to know the farmer, you can immediately click this, and you see this is the name of the farmer as well as the production code. And we put the chips in the box. When the box are moving from here to the store, then from the store to the market.
2014, our founder and CEO, Thijs Boer, was in Rwanda for a master research, and he researched the potato value chain. And one of the conclusions of his research was actually that a party is needed who adds value to the produce of farmers. So I think, yeah, it inspired him to start his own business, and that was actually the birth of Hollanda Fairfood. So in 2015, the first machines arrived to Rwanda, and we started processing Winna's potato crisps. Winna's was born.
With these potato crisps, Hollanda Fairfoods has been on the move to build the Lays of Africa. But that wasn't an easy road to travel.
Yeah, in the beginning we really struggled to put our products in the market, but right now it has grown. The market has grown. People know what snacking is, and I can say that we produce more than 1 million bags of crisps a year. Around 30% of this produce gets exported, and we plan to massively scale up the exports the coming 2 years. So first of all, we produce kettle potato crisps. So this is an artisanal type of process whereby you batch fry your crisps in smaller quantities, thicker slices and more flavor. So you tend to taste more potato when you eat our crisps. This is how we diversify ourselves as a potato chip producer, but also recently we have started to include new value chains into our business model. So we have started up a new brand called Tsinda. It also stands for winners. So yeah, we have Winnas and Tsinda. And with Tsinda we are going to process sweet potatoes, banana and cassava also into snacking products. And by doing this, by including these new value chains, we hope to impact or have a positive impact on even more farmer lives. We are constructing a 120-ton storage facility for potatoes. This will allow us to source more potatoes from more farmers and also store them for a longer period of time. So once we secure more raw material, we will be able automatically to process more potatoes into potato chips. In addition to this, we are trying to create or aiming to create a new market for packed potatoes. So we have invested in a sorting and packaging line, whereby we are going to sort the potatoes according to size and then pack them in nettings for the premium market. So maybe to supply, for example, hotels and restaurants and the supermarkets.
Tens of factory workers are beneficiaries of this project. A key component that Rwanda wants to achieve as it promotes manufacturing. Lives have been transformed. Parents have been able to take their children to school, save for the future, and young graduates now have a place to call home.
We have directly employed around 60 people. And then also a lot of casual labor to do other, for the potato transports and whatever. So I think we directly impact around 67 to 80 people. In terms of skills development, we work together, or we try to always be collaborative with the local universities and educational institutes by creating engaging internships for graduates or for people in the process of obtaining their degree. And then, of course, the goal is always to also have them grow with the company, that after the internship or after the graduation, they can work together with us and help us as a company.
I have been long 2 years in the Rwanda Food. I started with the internship for 2 months. And after that, I get opportunity to work as production manager, where I try to engage in different activities, from washing potato to packaging, where I get different skills and knowledge. My job helping me to do different activities. Firstly, is helping my family, my husband, because before I came here, my husband is the one who solved all problem at home, even school fees of our child. All basic needs.
Another Rwandan company is following the same model to manufacture export quality chocolates.
We made different chocolates, different types of chocolates. We get some cocoa from DRC, Congo. Then we made here in Musanze. We made different types like dark chocolates, milk chocolates, and white chocolates. In those 3 types, we mix with like ginger, lemon, lemon with the white, ginger with the milk, dark with pili-pili.
Although Character Patifi is a relatively young company, their homemade chocolates are slowly but surely becoming a household name. Character Patifi's chocolates are already found on shelves of popular retail stores, hotels, and even trade shows.
When we start to produce the chocolates here in Musanze was 2000, the end of 17 and the beginning of 18. So we started in Musanze, was few people and few customers, but for now we expand the customers, and also we have the main people who work for the company. So all of them are Rwandan people.
It is not just the food processing industry that is driving the industrial sector in Rwanda. The light manufacturing and construction in particular is also playing its bigger part. At this cement factory in Musanze, just a few kilometers away from the capital Kigali, a wheel loader truck inside the storage shed is loading raw materials on conveyor belts. As the raw materials are being loaded, conveyor belts carry the raw materials through a tunnel underneath the shed to the process line all the way to the major segment of the factory.
So this is the packing plant. What is done here is basically putting the cement that you have already stored in the silos, and we pack them into the bags, and then we load them into the trucks. So how does the process go? Up there are equipments which extract the cement from the silos, and they load them inside the packing machine in the background. So it's a high technology German-made equipment which has the capacity of loading 120 bags in 1 hour. Or if I put it this way, it can load one truck of 700 bags in 20 minutes. So from the rotary packing machine, the bag is transported by the conveying belt to the truck. So from the truck to the market.
So our installed capacity here so far, we are in phase 1. We have 600,000 metric tons installed capacity annually that we can produce on an annual basis. But going forward, we are planning in phase 2 next year to double the capacity and reach up to 1,300,000 metric tons to be able to cover the demand, because so far here locally, in Rwanda, the production capacity is reaching around 50% of the demand itself. So there's still a big market that we're still looking forward to.
There is the demand in the market. The fact that Rwanda receives cement from Rwanda and Uganda, and actually Kenya, it means the market is there. And secondly, we do have raw material. I don't know if you know, our plant is actually located in a location where we source one of the raw materials. Pozzolana is locally out of our volcanoes here. So we are closer to one of the raw materials. And then the other thing was also employment. So bringing a facility like this here and actually being the first manufacturing plant in Musanze is creating jobs for our people in the country, but also in this region, to shift manufacturing out of Kigali, but also to the secondary cities.
So we have created a lot of jobs. We have so far a workforce of around 220 people, mainly the production team, technical people, and then we have a fleet for transporting the raw material, but also sales. And we also have the financials and all these things. But locally, we have also hired local service suppliers in terms of manpower. So we work with some cooperatives here that give us the manpower to load, offload cement bags. So we create a proper impact at the local level as well.
Rwanda is growing every day. We're sprinting. We're actually not just growing. We're sprinting to growth. So cities are growing. As you can see, Kigali is growing every day. We still have room for more buildings. Secondary cities will also be developed. The roads, I don't know if you know, our 42.5 product is meant for road construction, for airport, for anything industrial. And as we continue to grow as an industrial country as well, this product is going to be in high demand. So I still see a lot of growth in Rwanda specifically, but also in the region. And we have a lot of countries or cities that are closer to our borders that we can service. So there is, I say this region is still virgin, much as we've grown, but I think there's still a lot of potential. And when you think about actually just this area, as we develop more factories, the product will just be next door, quite frankly. So the demand is there, and we can see it.
Rwanda wants to become an upper middle income country by 2035. With that, it means investment in infrastructure activities will have to rise, pushing demand of construction materials such as cement even higher. What is next? It is time for investors to grab every rising opportunity.
already to start with, the local market is big enough to cover our offer. So the demand is still higher than the offer. So for any person in that type of industry, this is a great for them. But also going forward, our region is pretty much building up, physically building up. You know, we are. Whenever you come to Kigali, after 1 month, you see so many different things happening. That's not only Kigali, but also, I would say, the region itself. We can talk about Congo, for example, where we export. 47% of our market is in Congo. So the region itself is dynamic enough to consume our products and the derivatives of our products, of cement products.
I would say on a sustainable tempo, the cement industry in Rwanda and in this zone, generally the Great Lakes, should be able to grow in the zone of 10%, give or take. This is because we still are at a very low base. If you look at Rwanda, for example, the market size is estimated at something like 950,000 tons. If you divide that by the population, is a per capita consumption of something like 65 kilos. Yes, it has grown from previous years 60 kilos or just under that, but really that is still very low. And the story is the same for the countries around us. I think we are in the zone of 100, 130, but we need to get to 300, 400, so there's still a lot of work to do. And I think this is reflected in the vision of Rwanda, in the vision of Africa in general, including the Africa Free Trade Area, all the big infrastructure projects that are being executed by the different countries.
Well, now industry is contributing around 20% to the GDP. It's good because years ago it was around 15, 16. So it's good. Then the second one is the new investment code, together with the new investment promotion and facilitation law. All of them, they have been approved in 2021 in February, many on 5th February 2021. So what is there is just to see how can we have a new way to see things like investing, for example, on manufacturing, heavy and light, then on technology, innovation is there, then in electric, connection. Those are the new areas, but the very important one is the agro-processing side. There's a big component on agri-business because we know Africa and the other countries, we always need food. So we have a big component to promote agro-processing investors. For that reason, we have an agri-business hub in Gabiro. We have other companies coming on agro-processing. This is the promotion we did. So according to each category, you have incentives. So we can say we are doing well in terms of strategizing, and then even in terms of financing. The financing model we have, meaning that you have to give some incentives even before we begin to have the profit, because we want people to come and put industry in terms of sustainability, not a short term, or long term. So it's for that reason you have even what we call tax holidays for some years and other grace periods. So that is how we see to promote it.
Rwanda may be a geographically tiny country, but with big ambitions. The country's vision to position itself as a manufacturing hub could not be complete without a special focus on pharmaceuticals. Countries across Africa have struggled to access life-saving vaccines because of the lack of capacity to produce these vaccines and other therapeutics. This could change as more pharmaceutical companies establish base.
Hano duherereye muri production room, niho dukorera vacuum blood collection tube. Tukaba turi ku gice cya production line, aho hari shene tunyuzaho ama tray turimo gukora amatibe. Igice cya mbere duhera kuri labeling machine, aho dushyiraho amarebo ku matibe yacu. Tukava kuri labeling tumaze gushyira amatibe yacu mu ma tray, tukayajyana kuri spraying machine, naho dushyiramo additive muri tibe zacu. Iyo tuvuye kuri spraying machine tujya ku gice gikurikiraho cya drying machine. Muri icyo gice cya drying machine naho ya additive twashyizemo, kuko iri sous forme ya liquide tugerageza kuyumisha dukoresheje ubushyuhe. iyo tuvuye kuri drying machine tujya kuri capping aho dushyiraho imifuniko. Iyo tuvuye kuri capping tujya kuri vacuum aho dushyiraho vacuum mu matibe yacu. Iyo tugeze aho tuba dushoje amatibe yacu, haba hasigaye yuko tuyajyana inyuma kuyapanga.
2016 nibwo twatangiye production ya mbere. Icyo twifuzaga rero nuko twifuzaga ko tudahora dushaka nkuko twigishijwe, tudahora dushaka ibintu hanze, ariko natwe tugira ibyacu. Ubwo rero production yacu twayikoze kugira ngo duhaze u Rwanda hanyuma dusohore no hanze. Muri twatekerezaga mbere na mbere muri East Africa turasupplyingayo, noneho turashaka no kurenga kure. Iyo yari faze ya mbere. Noneho muri 2019-2020 hari icyorezo cya coronavirus cyateye. Twabyumvise vuba cyane, turihuta dutumiza amamashini kuko maske ziproteja abaturage zari zamaze kuzamura cyane igiciro hejuru. Icyo twatekereje kwari kugira ngo natwe dufashe igihugu kugira ngo habeho protection.
Pharmalab is a company that specializes in manufacturing of tubes for blood, urine, and stool collection, as well as medical consumables. The company was founded by 3 Rwandans after abandoning their good jobs overseas. The 3 investors saw an opportunity in a sector that they thought was ready for investment.
Hari ayo twari twifitemo, hari nayo twafashe muri banki. Kuba tubasha kwishyura muri banki, uwo ni umusaruro. Kuba tubasha kwishyura abakozi bacu, nawo ni umusaruro. Kuba tugihagaze, ni umusaruro. Mu by'ukuri turareba imbere rwose ho hazaba heza mu gihe tuzatuvuyemo muri loan dufite. Dushobora kugira noneho etape ya kabiri, kuko ni phase ya kabiri twatekereje d'abord ibingibi byo muri laboratoire, ariko mu by'ukuri mu bitekerezo byacu twifuza kuba twakora ibikoresho bitandukanye biri muri domaine médicale.
Rwanda is thinking big. As the country positions itself to become a major launchpad for innovative solutions, investors are already seeing massive opportunities. BioNTech, a global manufacturing company, is building its first Africa mRNA factory in Rwanda.
It's the first mRNA company to be built in Africa. You know, we started our mRNA research more than 20 years ago, and it was always our dream to make medicines available where people need it. And for us, Africa is a prime example that innovation can be brought to any place. Yeah? And it's a prime example that people could accomplish great major milestone in shortest time if they work together. It's a wonderful feeling today to see all the friends and partners who have worked tireless the last months to make this possible. This is significant. It's not only financial resources. So the plant, the biocontainers will constructed by us. We spent 2 years in developing that. This is really innovative development work. We had a team of about 120 people working on this since about 1 year, and we are dedicated to have a team here in place. It's not only about the financial commitment. It's really about the people. Yeah. So this is one of the most attractive projects in BioNTech. So we asked who wants to be part of this project. No, usually you get 60-70% of people, but this time it was 300%. This was overbooked, this project. So everyone is really interested to participate in this project.
The presence of pharmaceutical companies such as Pharmalab and BioNTech could help Rwanda reduce dependence on drug imports. To put it in context, in 2019, Rwanda spent around $97.6 million on drug imports alone, and it is expected to increase by $102.5 million in 2024. With the presence of pharmaceutical companies, these production facilities are helping employ the next generation of Rwandan scientists.
I started here in 2016, so it's been 6 years and some months. It's been a great experience. So to work in pharmaceutical factory as a lady, as a woman, so I think it's a great experience. People think working in pharmaceutical factory it's quite hard, but for me, I don't think it's hard. It's all about dedication. When you put an effort in everything you do, you can go far. So for me, I learned a lot working here, using different machines. So, and I achieved a lot of things in life.
Rwanda is on the horizon. As a result of an incentives program that was introduced in 2021, Rwanda attracted investments worth $3.7 billion last year from $1.3 billion a year before, which is the highest investment registration to date. The investment landscape is improving, and with incentives, manufacturing could only get better.
From that reason, investment around of 3.9 billion have been put on that. Then they created good result in terms of income and the jobs. So we think that the fund to recover on the manufacturer have been supporting many agro-processing and other manufacturing companies. So we see even if you see the rate of growth in terms of manufacturing and industry in general, the 13% you have been able to achieve is a target under NST1. So we can say we're doing well in terms of what we are planning to achieve, but it's not enough. It's not enough because to be able to export manufacturing product, you must not only develop, let's say, it's steel industry. We know Kenya, Uganda, there will be competitors in the region, and even sometimes Tanzania. But if you see the companies, the industries we have now, we have almost 4. They are trying to produce. Of course, they are exporting many in Congo. We have the Congo is a good market for us. So if you can continue to put those investments, I think the 13% you have been able to achieve will be more until 2024 when we will be ending the next ST1s.
With these ambitions, Rwanda's industrial sector will continue to grow in the years to come. The country will move away from being a net importer to a net producer, trade deficit will narrow, and the country will gracefully manage its economy. As the saying always goes, Africa consumes what it doesn't produce and produces what it doesn't consume. With increasing purchasing power, this is set to change for the better.